What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Fresh Prince Sports, and today we're going to be talking about 5 people that Damian Lillard basically has beef with. If you're new here, please hit the like, subscribe button, check out my other videos. Yeah, make sure you stay through the entire video. So summary, preview. Basically, Damian Lillard is one of the best players in the league now. Everyone knows that. His ruthless drives to the hole, his heartbreaking clutch baskets have made Damian Lillard one of the best point guards. He's an elite level, NBA point guard. Damian Lillard has always known to speak his mind and never back down from it. Any challenge from anyone, which although he's been loved by many, including his city in Portland, he does have a lot of rivals on and off the court. And this video, we're going to examine 5 of them. At number 5, it's not really a big beef, but Lillard got into, a brief rap beef with 4-time NBA champion Shaquille O'Neal in 2019. As you all know, Lillard has been balancing both his basketball and music career, releasing tracks as, Dame Dallas in 2016. Something that Shaq has attempted earlier in his career when he came out with an album as Shaq Diesel in 1993. When Damian Lillard was asked who he thinks is the better rapper between the both of them, Dalla didn't, back down. He said, and I quote, "I think I rap better than Shaq." I think he was viewed as Shaq. People weren't looking at him as a real rapper. There was like, that's Shaq rapping. So of course it was a big deal. The two would go on to exchange diss tracks against each other, which had both fans and experts debating online who would come on top. Some say Dame had the upper hand on this one, but a lot were also tipping their hat to Diesel, who came out of retirement to challenge Damian Lillard. The beef would only last a couple minutes, as it was quickly squashed after a solid few rounds of rap ring. At number 4, we have Damian Lillard. With the way both Damian Lillard and the Rockets point guard Russell Westbrook play, we knew this was going to happen. They're going to have, the two would have butt heads on their, in-court duels, Lillard and Westbrook are two of the most explosive guards in the league, and they're surely not backing down from a good point guard battle. Being both in the Northwest Division, the two, they met up a lot of times, a bunch of times, and even when Westbrook was playing with the Thunder, he still was in the same division. So they've been playing for a lot of years, about like 8 years, I would say. Their duels were highlighted by some, not so friendly bumps, endless trash talking, and a few texts here and there. Both guards, jawing at each other over each other after almost every play. Even when Westbrook moved out of OKC to join the Houston Rockets prior to the 2019-2020 season, he made sure to bring the beef the first time they met again. So unfortunately for Westbrook, he might need a few more, ones to make up for that Savage series ending 3-point from Damian Lillard, who literally ended Russ's OKC career. As you can remember, he made it in front of Paul George, which ended, Westbrook's career on OKC, and that was the last time he ever played on OKC. So, it's a beef that is more about skill set. I wouldn't say it's that serious. This one's going to be a pretty quick one. We got Skip Bayless. Make no mistake about it, Damian Lillard brings the heat even when he's off the court. And when he gets, called out by somebody like Skip Bayless, he's not going to take it lightly. Bayless criticized the Blazers guard at the resumption of the NBA 2019-2020 season. The 68-year-old sports analyst tweeted out that he wasn't buying into Dame time, which didn't sit well with Damian Lillard. Dame clapped back and said that Bayless was a joke and claimed that he will never have his respect. Bayless went on to, continuously criticize the Portland Star even when he won Bubble MVP. he went on to cheer for the Blazers' first-round opponents in the 2020 NBA playoffs, which is the Clippers. So, Skip Bayless is not good for his job, to hate Damian Lillard because, now he's going, it's not the Clippers, actually the Lakers. But, it's affecting his work because, every time he sees the Trailblazers, he thinks he's a star. He's going to say, oh, Damian Lillard's not that good. Damian Lillard's not that good. So, they got to clear the air about it. But for right now, man, I think this one's more of a serious one that is still ongoing. Next up, at number 2, Patrick Beverley. He has beef with almost every point guard. He has even beef on somebody on this list. So it seems like Patrick Beverley is the word, beef, as he's a 32-year-old Chicago native, has been known to get under the skin of his opponents. And given that Beverley has always been assigned to defend the opposing team's best guard, a feud between him and the Blazers' sharpshooting would be, unavoidable. Beverley was a first-hand witness of Dame time when Damian Lillard sent Beverley and his former Rockers team back after, a clutch series ending in a 3-2014 playoffs in, Beverley's face. But Beverley's thought has come out to admit that Damian Lillard is definitely one of the hardest ones to guard in the league. When asked about who was his toughest challenges, Beverley claimed it's definitely Damian Lillard. He said in my quote, "I say Damian Lillard. I gave it to him. Dame is one of those guys why I went into the weight room and I told my guys, hey, I got to get faster. Literally. I don't feel like I'm fast. I can't keep up with the speed right now." He told JJ Redick in a podcast. Though it is evident that Beverley respects Lillard's game, the Fury guard is not the one to let anyone trash-talking opportunity go. Their ongoing beef was revived this year when, those two teams faced in the playoff. Beverley was seen mocking Lillard as he missed a couple of crucial free throws in the final moments of the game. The feud was dragged post-game and even extended to social media, where Beverley's teammate Paul George also dragged himself into the mix. And number 1, we have Paul George. Speaking of George, he also isn't the best friends with Damian Lillard. Before we get into this 2020 feud, let's go back a bit to see where it all started. When Damian Lillard dropped his series-ending logo bomb against the Thunder in 2019 playoffs, George was the one who was on him and was who was a little bitter after they got eliminated. That 3 in front of him cost his team the playoff, was a big upset. So George, he was not that happy, going to the next year. The Clippers All-Star mentioned that it was a bad shot that Lillard took, which obviously was laughable from Lillard's end. I mean, any shot that goes in the bucket is a good shot, right? Fast forward to 2020, when the tension between the two happened again after a loss of the Blazers in the NBA bubble. The Lillard was mad. He was pretty mad post-game about the trash-talking antics from the Clippers. George went on to mock Dame on social media, which really pissed off Dame more. The Twitter feed got ugly really quick, as both Lillard's sister and George's wives even, chimed into it, which is really, really bad when that happens. For what it's worth, both players have apologized to each other and says that the beef was nothing personal, but, the two wives, his sister and your wife, that's definitely, when you can bring those two on the court, it's not, you can't just forgive that in a day. So if George couldn't forgive a shot after a year, then he definitely cannot forgive an internet beef that got really ugly this year. So look to see the beef keep going on. That's basically my video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to comment down below, and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Stay tuned to the next video. Peace.